So if you're a participant or a NDIS provider, this video is for you because I'm actually going to talk about the pricing arrangements. So the NDIS pricing arrangements and pricing limits. Now, a lot of old people, I guess, in the industry would call it the price guide. So you will hear two different terms as I'm talking through this today because I've been around for quite a while and I just automatically default back to this document called the price guide. So yes, this is the new NDIS pricing arrangements and pricing limits. So it's really important that I wanted to do this video because I see a lot of people on Facebook, posting questions about how much supports cost, what type of supports they can receive, what are the rules around those supports that they can receive, such as cancellation policies, travel policies. All those sort of questions do come up all the time. So yes, let's have a look at the NDIS price guide. Again, I'm going to drop back every now and again to that terminology. So the NDIS price guide or the pricing arrangements, you can easily find it on the NDIS website. Jump on Google, type in pricing arrangements, and it will automatically show you to the page. But if you don't know, it's ndis.gov.au /providers/pricing arrangements. Now, if you don't want to do that, all you can simply do on the NDIS website, go to For Providers, then click Pricing Arrangements. Very, very easy to find. Super, super simple. So when you open up this page, it's got some great information about, what the pricing arrangements and price limits are, and they have three different versions. Now, the document version, the PDF version are the exact same. So it's really your preference on what you want to download. For this particular video, I'm going to be using the PDF version because I just prefer the PDF version. There is also an XL version as well, which is different, and it just has the pricing, the codes and the costings and everything like that. But I will show you this a little bit later on. Now, it's really important that you keep a lookout for this, effective on the 1st of July 2025. So the NDIS do make changes every now and again to the price guide, and they will update it. So you always want to make sure that you are on the most current price guide. And to know that, you can just see the effective 1st of July 2025. And when they do make some changes, you will notice that they'll do like an announcement up the top of the page. And normally those announcements, you normally see changes roughly around about October of the year, sometimes around about February as well. So it does change from year to year. So always when you're looking for prices or any information, always just make sure that you're on the current version. So down the bottom here is that they have some information about how they make their decisions and, ensure that better meets the needs of the participants and families and carers providers. And they want to make sure that it remains affordable and in place for future generations of Australians. And again, like pricing updates. So the NDI regularly reviews and make changes to the pricing arrangements to ensure the approach better meets the needs of participants and families and remains affordable for all future generations. So let's quickly jump in. You just simply click on the download, but for this particular example, I actually have it already downloaded right here. So you'll see the price guide jump up. It is now, I know it's a very intimidating document. It does look very scary, especially when it's 103 pages long, but it's broken down in a super simple way. Again, when you download it, it will have the version history. Always check the version history because you don't want to be reading an old version. So this one, 1st of July, version 1.1. And again, sometimes they will make little changes along the way. When you scroll down, they've got the contents page. The contents page is one of the easiest ways to navigate this document. It has all the rules up the front. They have the introduction, NDIS pricing arrangement limits, all the rules and regulations, the categories, the general claiming rules. Now, this is really important that you know what general claiming rules are, especially for participants as well. You want to make sure that your providers are doing the right thing, and providers, you want to make sure that you follow the rules and regulations. So all my videos that I've done in the past, I'm talking about, non-face-to-face or provider travel, short notice cancellation. So all the information that I give, it comes from the price guide. I'm not looking at anything special or any sort of fancy information that I receive because I'm a support coordinator. I get all the information that I'm sharing on my videos straight from this document. So there's the little sneaky trick that people asking me, where do I get all this information from? Well, it comes from the pricing arrangements. So if we keep scrolling down, then we get into the special NDIS pricing arrangements, whether it's a high intensity supports. Some people do require high intensity supports, which require different rules as well. And of course, COVID rules and regulations and intensive complex behavior supports. Now, this is where we get into the actual implementation and the pricing. So you can see that it's broken down into the different categories of your NDIS plan. So they got core, assistive with daily life. So as core, that pays for support workers, for example, to come into your home to help you around your house, hygiene, cooking, cleaning, those sort of things. That comes from assistive daily life. And it breaks it down into the different rules and regulations of that said support. So generally I'd say 90% of people, you'd come out of assistive with self-care activities. Very, very simple. Obviously, some people out there do require nighttime sleepover supports as well. Now, there are different categories as well that you can see, like household tasks and linen support and preparation and delivery of meals. And then we drop down into core. So as you can see, it is a very document that goes down the list of supports. Core, general support, consumables, community access rules and regulations, assistive technology rules and recommendations, home modifications. This is when we're jumping into capital, those bigger priced options like home modifications. Capacity building. This is where all your support coordination comes from. This is our rules and regulations right here. Whether you receive connection, coordination supports, or specialized, or even recovery coaching. Different line items for different things. So you may notice these different names that are in your particular plan. So if we scroll up, let's have a look at the one that 99% of people will have in your plans would be the core supports. Let's have a look at assistive with self-care. Simple as that. You just click on it and the page will automatically jump down. This is why I like the PDF version, because you can simply jump down to the exact area that you want to see. Now, assistive with self-care. Now, this is why I like this document, because it gives you the rules as well as the supports. The provider can claim non-face-to-face support provision, provider travel, short notice cancellations, 7 days, because there are different rules and regulations around short notice cancellations. So for assistive with self-care activities, if you're going to cancel your support worker, technically you have to give them 7 days notice. Now, I know a lot of providers out there do not enforce 7 days. As everybody should realize that 7 days is a little bit unrealistic. Most people operate around the 48 hours. Provider travel non-labor costs. So this is your kilometers. So when your support worker takes you out into the community, this is the line item that they'll be using. That's charged at $1 a kilometre. Non-labor costs and rules and regulations, that can include parking fees and tolls and other various charges that your provider may receive when they're supporting you. So this is the different pricing as well. So this is how you can quickly understand. Now, for providers, these are your item numbers or line item numbers. These are the codes that you're going to use on your invoices. And for participants, these are the codes that you need to look at on your invoices as well. The name, assisted with self-care activities, standard weekday daytime. It's always charged in hourly rates. There's never a bulk bill. There's never, like a package deal. It's always billed in hourly rates. So before they used to have a remote, they still have a remote and very remote, but they used to break it down into the different states: Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales, Tas, and they used to have different prices. But now they've just mashed it all into the same price. At the moment of this recording, $70.23. Now you will notice weekday evenings, the prices changes. Same as weekday nights. There are rules and regulations around the time of the day. So depending on the time of the day and the day of the week when supports are delivered, implementing these services, the prices will change. So I'm going to do another video in the near future about budgeting. But these are where the prices are actually coming from. Weekday night, $78. Saturday, $98. Sunday, $127, and public holidays, $156.03. I've seen, because we just recently all had a public holiday, and I've seen people asking about public holiday rates. Very simple, very easy to find as far as your charges. Now, when you're looking at the national, remote, and very remote, it's based on the model Montash implementation. So you need to ensure that you are aware of where you are geographically to ensure that you're getting charged appropriately. Because if you're living in the city, you want to make sure your provider is not charging you a remote or very remote price. It's very, very important. So again, it does go down into the other categories as well. But, the price guide is a very simple document. Now, obviously, as I said, it's 103 pages long and can become very overwhelming very quickly. But if you just focus on the areas that you're receiving supports from, it is actually a very, very easy document to read. So again, if you're receiving call supports, if you're getting support workers in your home, assisted with self-care activities, if you're receiving transport, your general transport rules, consumables rules, and if you're getting your support coordination, let's have a look at the support coordination. So here are the rules as well. Everybody sometimes asks, what does a support coordinator do? So coordination supports included helping you understand your plan, connect to the supports and services, design and support approaches, establish supports, and coach and refine and reflect, and it goes on. So there's also rules and regulations. So a support coordinator can charge non-face-to-face, provided travel, short notice cancellation. So here's the difference. With a support worker, you give a maximum of 7 days. That's how much a provider could charge you. If you give more than 2 days notice of a cancellation with a support coordinator, they can't charge you. But if you give less than that, then they can. Now, some allied health and capacity building supports, they require NDI requested reports. A support coordinator needs to provide an implementation report. These things need to be done, which will be charged at the rate of $100.14 per hour, and it's considered a non-face-to-face support provision. When you're working with your support coordinator, make sure you have your item numbers correct and the item names when you're checking your invoices. Again, national, remote, and very remote prices do apply. Now, support coordination do not have any other rates. That's it. Hourly. Doesn't matter if your support coordinator works for you at midnight or if they work on a Saturday, a Sunday, public holiday, they will be charged at $114 per hour, depending on your location. The only little difference is that psychosocial recovery coaching, they do have other line items available to them that will assist, especially with some people who require that intensive support outside of normal business hours. That's why the price guide allows for this to happen. So hopefully that answers a few questions about the NDIS price guide and where to find it, and just give you a real quick basic overview of how to read it. If you have any questions about understanding the price guide, make sure you send me a message. My links are in the bio down below, in the description, my website, and I help participants every single day. Make sure you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the above. I'm easy to find if you need help with your NDIS supports. And always, if you have any questions, concerns, or like any future videos, make sure you leave a comment below. Until next time, bye for now.